Hi everybody, Lynn Burkhead of MajorLeagueFishing.com, sitting alongside Major League Fishing angler Scott Ashmore. And Scott, you know, Major League Fishing got its start a few years ago in Lake Amistad, and it's kind of grown and evolved since then. And we're in Oklahoma right now for the Selects, the first ever Selects, and you got to participate in that. Now, I'm pretty sure you were pretty much aware of Major League Fishing over the last 2 or 3 years. Probably talked to some anglers, probably saw it on television on the Outdoor Channel, but now you're a participant. And you got to participate yesterday for the very first time. First thing I want to ask you is, what were you thinking as the invite came? Were you excited when you got the call or the email and said, hey, we want you to participate in Major League Fishing?
I tell you what, I was excited. I felt honored, you know, and I'm really glad that that came, you know. I had the best time yesterday of any fishing competition I've ever been in. You know, it spoiled me. I really enjoyed it. I had a great time. It was exciting. They kept asking me if I was nervous. I wasn't nervous. I actually kind of learned a little bit about myself, and one of those things is that competition I thought, you know, might overwhelm me or you know, make your heart beat out of your chest or something like that. It didn't do that to me. I mean, the heart was beating, let me tell you, but what it did do was drive me to be a better fisherman. I didn't loaf. You know, I knew I had to keep going. It made me not get focused on just one area that I fished and, you know, just count, I'm going to catch these fish on this area. It said, Scott, you got to go duplicate this. And, you know, that's how you're going to catch those bigger fish. The fish you've been catching here, you know, yeah, you caught 11 on that point, but you need a big one to win. So, you know, I made some decisions yesterday based on the competition, and it was fun, man. Like I said, I'm spoiled. It was the best thing I've ever done.
You know, I hear that over and over and over again. I've been able to attend every one of these, and the anglers from top to bottom, event to event, they say basically the same thing that you just said. Let me ask you, you played the game for the very first time yesterday. What was the most surprising aspect of yesterday to you?
Well, you know what I just talked about, the fact that I thought, man, Scott, you're going to get out there and you're going to have a heart attack. And the adrenaline was there for me, and it wasn't like a panic thing. It was more like an exciting thing that I enjoyed. So I didn't know I was going to have so much fun and enjoy it so much that I want to do more. So I'm looking forward to it.
You know, again, I hear that over and over. I can't wait to the next event. I can't wait to the next round I get to participate in. Let me ask you this: the Score Tracker Live is a very interesting feature of Major League Fishing. It's kind of in your face, because in the traditional tournament formats that we're all so familiar with, that you guys have really made your careers on, you don't know what the other guys do. And you might have an idea. You might be able to see them. You might hear on the Bassmaster Elite Series they've got Bass Track and blogs and that kind of thing, and the marshals might be relaying a little bit of information. So sometimes you had a little bit of an inkling what might be going on, but you never really knew until you got on the stage and the fish hit the scale and you were looking for those 5 big ones. This one, they're going to let you know every 15 minutes. They want to see the sweat bead on the forehead. They want to see the heart leap out of the chest. They want to see the train wreck, so to speak, on the television cameras. How was Score Tracker Live for you?
I enjoyed it. It's kind of a twofold deal. You know, if you're right there at the top and you've got an opportunity to win, unless somebody's gunning and coming at you and on a group of fish, it's either very intense at the top or peaceful if you're in third or fourth. You know what I mean? So you know you're going to move forward if you can stay in that position versus what I got to do to beat this guy at the top. You know, and so those are the two things that are happening, and so it's awesome. You know, you couldn't create a better deal, a better situation to have on the water.
It's a great situation, and in the selects, the top guy moves on to the cup round in the fall, and then the 2, 3, and 4 guys move on to the survival round, where they get one more opportunity in this particular event to make the cup event later on in the fall. The other thing that's different about Major League Fishing is, unlike, again, the other tournament format that everybody plays all over the country, from weekend warrior events to Tuesday night jackpot events to the Elite Series and the FLW Tour, those are 5 fish. The 5 biggest, the 5 best that you could bring to the scale. This one, as many legal fish as you can possibly bring across the gun wall. What did you think about that? That's kind of a shift in the DNA of tournament anglers.
Yeah, it can change the way you fish, and it needs to. And really, you kind of got to make a decision within the day what you're going to do. If you're catching some big ones doing something, you probably need to keep doing that. But if I had a combination of both yesterday, and I had to make some decisions like we just spoke about a minute ago. Yesterday I caught 11 fish on 1 point, but none of them were hitters.
Right.
And I had 20 minutes to catch a 3-pounder and catch up and win the deal. So, with that in my mind, I didn't think I could catch. All I needed was 1 fish, and so I swung and I left that and I went to an area where the fish that I caught were 3 or better, and it just didn't work out for me. But that's the kind of decisions that happen within it. Do I stay and catch numbers? But my numbers are spent here. Well, hey, you got to go make a move go to the place where you caught the 3-pounders. So it can change your fishing that way. But if it wasn't, timing has to do with it also on the numbers game. So
right.
It can definitely cause you to fish different or make different decisions.
And that's the last question I wanted to ask you about. I hear over and over again you guys talk about it's about making the right decisions and making them quickly enough. So over the course of a day in a regular tournament format, I've got several hours, and I kind of like you were talking about. I don't have to be I don't have to go at breakneck speed. If you make a decision 5 or 10 minutes too late, it may cost you your opportunity to win in advance. So how does that change the way that Scott Ashmore's mind operates during the day? Did you learn anything about decision making yesterday?
Not really. What I did learn was mainly that I like this format. That it drives me to be a better fisherman. It makes me move to that point that I haven't fished yet, even though this is my comfort zone. And so it pushes me to the next level, which is what I need, and get out of your comfort zone and fish to win, and so it's something that's been, I think will be good for me, not just in Major League Fishing, but fishing for a living in a nutshell,
I think that's a great way to put it. You move from fishing conservatively to finish well or make a check or have a shot to win to it's win or go home. And
right.
It's a cool format. It's awesome to watch. I'm sure it's awesome to participate in.
You can't imagine.
I can. This is Scott Ashmore. He's one of our Major League Fishing anglers. To learn more about him, to learn more about the game, to learn more about the techniques used to play the game, go to MajorLeagueFishing.com.